6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Pakistan says it will continue playing its mediatory role to establish peace in the region, including Afghanistan. The British Airways is resuming its flight operation to Pakistan from tomorrow after a gap of 18 years. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Social Welfare says the amount for social protection will be doubled in the next budget under the SARS program. In Afghanistan, 8 police officers have been killed in a suicide car bombing in Ghazni province. The Syrian air defenses have intercepted Israeli missile attack near the capital Damascus. In the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 in London, Bangladesh are batting against South Africa. And now the news in detail. The two-way delegation-level consultative meeting between Pakistan and the United States started at the Foreign Office in Islamabad today. The American delegation is being led by Ambassador Zalmay Khalilzad, while the Additional Secretary Ministry of Foreign Affairs Aftab Kokar is heading the Pakistan side. During the meeting, issues of mutual interest, including bilateral ties, regional peace situation, and the Afghan peace process came under discussion. The Additional Secretary Aftab Kokar said Pakistan will continue playing its mediatory role in the establishment of peace in the region, including the Afghan peace process, as part of the vision of Prime Minister Imran Khan. Pakistan advised all the sides to move towards political resolution of the issue in order to end the decades-long conflict in the region. Ambassador Zalmay Khalilzad appreciated Pakistan's pivotal role for the establishment of enduring peace in the region. The American delegation comprised representatives of defense and state departments, while senior officials from the Ministries of Defense and Foreign Affairs are attending from the Pakistan side. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says the Prime Minister Imran Khan has delivered a historic speech at the OIC summit in Makkah. In a tweet today, she said the Prime Minister denoted the true feelings of the Muslim Ummah and presented a way forward to highlight the real identity of Islam. Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan said Imran Khan has made it clear that political struggle of the Kashmiris for their inalienable right to self-determination should not be branded as act of terrorism. The British Airways is resuming its flight operation to Pakistan after a gap of 18 years. The first flight of British Airways BA261 will arrive at the Islamabad International Airport tomorrow at 9:25 a.m. from Heathrow, London, where 240 passengers will arrive by the Boeing 787 Dreamliner with Pakistani and British flags in their hands. In line with the spirit of this joyous occasion, the Minister for Aviation, Ghulam Sarwar Khan, the Advisor to the Prime Minister on Commerce, Abdul Razak Daud, the Special Assistant on Overseas Pakistanis, Zulfikar Hussain Bukhari, and senior officials of the Aviation Division and the British High Commission will welcome the passengers at the Islamabad International Airport. The same aircraft will depart for Heathrow, London at 11 a.m. with passengers on board from Islamabad. Apart from the diaspora, the flight length will promote cultural values, tourism and business opportunities between the United Kingdom and Pakistan. As a new hub for air travel, Islamabad International Airport will provide easy and convenient access to all parts of Pakistan. Several other major air operators have evinced keen interest in initiating operations to Islamabad. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Social Welfare, Sania Nishtar, says SARS program is important to bring the marginalized areas into the mainstream. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, she said SARS program has been developed while keeping in view the principles of the state of Medina. She said the amount for social protection will be doubled in the next budget. She said survey continues across the country for the recipients of SARS program. Dr. Sanya Nishtar said transparency will be ensured in awarding of contracts on Vacancy Income Support Program. She said integrated reforms are being introduced in the program and a new payment mechanism will be introduced by October this year. She said poor women will be given mobile phones and bank accounts as part of the increasing financial literacy. 3 army officers who were sentenced on the 30th of last month on charges of their involvement in spying have been handed over to the jail authorities. According to the Director General ICPR, the convicted had been arrested on intelligence information about their involvement in leaking secret information and remained under military custody throughout their respective trial. This is Radio Pakistan. The President Azad Jammu and Kashmir Sardar Mohammad Masood Khan has welcomed the appointment of Yusuf Al-Dobieh as the OIC's Special Envoy on Kashmir. He described the appointment as an important development towards projecting the Kashmir cause at the global level. Yusuf Al-Dobieh of Saudi Arabia will put forward to the organization his proposals and recommendations for a peaceful political and diplomatic solution to the Kashmir conflict. Talking to the media on his return from representing people of Jammu and Kashmir at the OIC summit, he said for the first time in OIC's history, such a step has been taken. In occupied Kashmir, thousands of mourners attended the funeral prayers of 2 youths martyred by the Indian troops in a village in South Kashmir's Shupania district. Both Magre and Butt were killed in a 10-hour-long cordon search operation by the Indian troops in Dragad village on Friday. The army claimed that they were Mujahideen who were killed during a gunfight. The troops also martyred a youth, Yasim Ahmed Shah, during the operation. After multiple rounds of funeral prayers, the youth were laid to rest in their ancestral graveyards. Meanwhile, an Indian soldier has also committed suicide in the Jammu district. In occupied Kashmir, the chairman of Tehreek-e-Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir, Mohammad Ashraf Sarai, says the situation in Kashmir has become one of the greatest human rights crises. In a statement in Srinagar, Ashraf Sarai said international fora like the OIC and Security Council should take concrete action to effectively protect the civilians in the occupied territory. In Afghanistan, 8 police officers have been killed and 7 others wounded in a suicide car bombing that targeted a police station in Ghazni province. Official sources said the blast occurred when a hijacked military vehicle packed with explosives struck the Provincial Reserve Police Force station in Asfandi area, some 6 kilometers of the provincial capital, Ghazni city. Meanwhile, 1 person was killed and several others wounded after serial bomb blasts rocked the capital, Kabul, today. China says the United States cannot use pressure to force a trade deal on Beijing. Speaking at a news conference, the Chinese Vice Commerce Minister, Wang Shuwen, said it was irresponsible of the United States to accuse China of backtracking. In Syria, the air defenses intercepted an Israeli missile attack south of the capital Damascus before daybreak today. The Syrian state television reported that air defenses responded to the enemy targets in the countryside of Damascus, but gave no further details. Meanwhile, Israel has repeatedly targeted Syrian military sites, which it claims belong to the Iranian-backed militia groups. Iran has warned that any clash in the Gulf would push oil prices above $100 a barrel. A top military aide to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said the United States military vessels in the Gulf are within the range of Iranian missiles, and the Americans are fully aware of it. And now cricket. In the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 match against South Africa at London, Bangladesh were 301 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 48 overs a short while ago. Earlier, South Africa won the toss and elected to field. Pakistan will play the second match against England at Nottingham tomorrow. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, dust, thunderstorm rain is expected at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Mardan, Peshawar, Rawalpindi divisions, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official